Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram.
Welcome back to SPEC here in St. Augustine, Trinidad for day 5 of the 22nd Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Tournament. We are igniting the future here today as two of the Windward Islands' most resilient squads take to the court, Dominica and Grenada. This broadcast brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Tech Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. Grenada enters this match looking to bounce back from a tough 2025 campaign where they finished 4th, while Dominica is eager to prove their growth after a 5th place finish last year in Barbados. When these two teams met in 2025, Grenada took a 34-19 victory. With a new year and a new venue, the Natural girls are looking to uproot the Spice girls in what promises to be a battle of physical endurance and mid-court strategy. The whistles are ready and the fans are settling in. We are ready for the action here. First quarter action, 10 minutes here to go, as the official walks across and hands the ball to the Grenada center. Grenada have Janelle Smith in the center, and at the back for Grenada, in attack for Grenada, Aisha Phillip goal shoot and Rishona Francis as the goal attack. Francis is looking at the back there right now as Phillip gets the first shot off, and that spins and dips and falls for Grenada. In the middle of the court, Camilla Lewis for the wing attack, Janelle Smith, the center, as we mentioned, and Derisa Wilkinson as wing defense. Treasure Frederick is the goalkeeper, and Nashona Noel is the goal defense. As for Dominica, who are on the defensive right now, let's introduce their defenders. Kaylin George is their goalkeeper, and Alian Toussaint is the goal defense. In the middle, their midfielders trying to get it forward. Deanna Jacob is the wing attack, Tyra Simeon the center, and Alicia Stevens the wing defense. And in attack for Dominica, Carissa Pierre is the goal shoot, and Jacolia Benjamin is the goal attack. Here's Jacob getting it forward, finding Pierre. Pierre has a chance to shoot. Well, she has been the hot shooter for them this year, and she gets another one to her growing total here. She's small and very slim. She certainly is shorter than the Grenada goalkeeper, Treasure Frederick, and Treasure Frederick is quite a formidable looking opponent there, and those two are contrasting looks. This is Francis. Her shot is a rather wild looking one that misses everything and easily into the hands of the Dominica goalkeeper, Kaylin George. In case you're looking at Kaylin George and you're wondering what is that spot just over her right eyebrow, she's actually had taken a pink heart, a sticker, a pink heart, and she stuck it over her right eyebrow. Not a plaster or anything like that. I guess it's for stylistic purposes. Here's the first shot missed completely from Francis, and now the second shot misses again. Luckily for her, Phillip is having a good time with the shooting, and she has the second for Grenada. Grenada beat St. Lucia in their last game and then went on a break. So this is their first game since that win over St. Lucia. Grenada scored twice in the last few seconds to win the game. St. Lucia have since protested the win, claiming that the officiating was at fault. Nothing has come out of that just yet. They're hoping to have it overturned. Played on towards Pierre. Chrissy Pierre. Pierre slips it in towards Benjamin. Benjamin shoots and scores. 2-2 so far. This tournament named after Eugenia Jean Pierre. Jean actually was her nickname, known as the Dancing Queen for her grace on the court. Just about 3 years before the 1979 win for Trinidad and Tobago in the World Netball Championships, the legendary Swedish band ABBA had released a hit single called Dancing Queen, and that became attached to the name of Eugenia Jean Pierre after that. 6 minutes to go, and it's 2-2. It's been a very, very tough encounter so far. 4 goals within the first 4 minutes. And 5 as we go into minute number 5. That is Benjamin getting the ball to fall nicely for her. Pierre. Back to Jacob. And Pierre again. Well, she gets it in. I think she had overshot. I thought she was going to overshoot the basket, but someone had actually pushed the basket back, and because of that, it hit the back of the net. Had that not been done, it might have missed. Dominica have 4, and Grenada are trailing by 2. The Grenada athlete they're collecting, that is Camilla Lewis, one of the smallest players out there for the Grenada team. Here come Dominica. That is a nice athletic catch there by Jacob. It was a risky ball, but she did well to hold that in. Made it look a lot easier than it was. The Grenada bench is yelling easy, easy at their players. A more methodical approach is what is required according to them. And Francis gets her first of the game. 4-3 now. Francis had a massive game against St. Lucia, and it was her scoring that led the Grenadians to the win. And she scored those last 2 goals in that hotly contested match. Grenada and Dominica are 2 Windward Islands teams. Technically, Dominica is actually located in the Leeward Islands, but was attached to the Windward Islands chain for political purposes rather than location. 5-3 now, and it is the Dominica team that lead. Nice ball forward to Lewis. Lewis, well, they hoisted that one up for Phillip to catch, trying to build with her height. But it is now in the hands of Francis, and after a couple of early misses, she has 2 straight. Grenada down by 1. They could equalize here if Lewis can get the right pass off. She does get it towards Francis. Francis misses, but she'll get another chance here. And that's in. So Grenada have tied it up here at 5. Grenada have scored 3 out of the last 4 goals. So momentum shifting towards the team in yellow and red. And that was, they just left Benjamin just standing by her lonesome, and she knew exactly what to do. Grenada need to do the basics right at the back also. They're doing it well in front, but need to get close off those passing lanes for Dominica. Nice ball over the top for Phillip, and Phillip scores. Must be a lovely feeling when you get the shot off and it touches only net. Oh, that was really hurled towards from Smith towards Lewis, actually connected with the underside of her jaw and went out. Smith almost running into the official. Both of them wearing kinesiology tape. Good big work. Oh, she throws it straight into the midriff of Pierre, who misses. I think Pierre was more surprised than anything else that one came to her. Pierre does well this time and benefits from the interception. 7-6, and Dominica back in front. Dominica winning their first game yesterday. They've obviously been buoyed by that very hard-fought 24-22 win over the Cayman Islands. My, Francis has gone down. That's Rashona Francis is down heavily here. Two players going for the ball, and the Dominica player just sort of caught her at the back, and I think she's copped the knock in the back of her head. Francis using the kinesiology tape, and that pink tape all down the back of her hamstrings and up her quads also. Might be carrying a bit of a strain. Fire officials are there. Medical staff from both teams there. I think they're debating what to do if she should come off. I think they want to get the stretcher on, but she is settling the debate by coming on herself. She has hit her head on the court, the front of her forehead connected with the court, and that's what it is here. The officials, she's waving off the officials. Well, the fire service official is telling her she has to come off. I think they want to inspect her and talk to her find out if she has a concussion. But the warrior that she is, she wants to stay on and battle for Grenada. Top marks for her, but sometimes in these junior tournaments, you have to save kids from themselves. They want to give their all, but in a case like that, with what could be a concussion, they need to make sure that she's fine. So I think the correct solution has happened here. Give her a chance to sit down, and she'll be fine. The coach is heading across. It's the left side of her head that connected with the ground. Wing attack for Grenada. Well, that was Lewis. Now Lewis in fact is now being pushed to goal attack. As we watch that ball comes in, so 7-6. Dominica going back ahead. Grenada actually cutting the deficit to just one goal. Dominica, that was risky, and they almost give it away. It is picked off eventually by Grenada. Another Grenada player goes down heavily. That's Wilkinson this time. One of the Wilkinson sisters, Duressa, going down. What a difference a day makes. Dominica looked absolutely out of it when they played Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands were leading in the final quarter, and Dominica just came storming back and wiped away the deficit and went ahead to win it 24-22. So Grenada scores 7-all. That's the end of the first quarter, and that is the score at the end of game number 2 today.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sports Stream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Pierre youth. Caribbean Netball tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court. And our Caribbean culture, the red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful and joyful, bringing people together across borders. Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Jean-Pierre youth. Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court. And our Caribbean culture, the red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful and joyful, bringing people together across borders.
Team to a historic
Players started in the second quarter between Dominica and Grenada. It's all square at the end of the first quarter. No longer, because Grenada are back ahead. Dominica, are back ahead. They're in the green outfits. They're attacking the goal to our left. And it is Grenada in that those very lively and vibrant colors, yellow and red. They're going the other way. And back on, there she is right in front of the ball. That's Roshona Francis, who fell and hit her head on the court late in the first quarter. She's shaking it off and she's back on. (2025) Grenada defeated Dominica 34-19, and some felt that this game would be about Dominica trying to close the gap to Grenada, that 15-goal gap. They've done a lot better than that. They're leading 8-7 right now in the second quarter. Both teams are fighting to break into the top three, which is currently dominated by Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. St. Lucia was the other team in the top three. But Grenada, with that couple of wins, they started off with 2 losses. Now have won their last 2 games. They can go to 3-2 and possibly be in a position on the final day to get into that top 3. That's overshot by Phillip off the back of the ring and out for possession for Dominica. Well, Stevens wasn't able to collect that cleanly and has given it back here to Grenada. And Grenada have tied it up. 8-all, 2 goals inside the first 2 minutes. That's how tight it's been in this match. We had 14 goals in the first 10 minutes. So that's how it's been a defensive display from both teams here. Not much in the way of fast breaks. Dominica back up in front. And Grenada have given it back to Dominica, who would love to go 2 goals up here. But they just sportingly just give it back to their opponents. Forward to Lewis. Lewis, eventually it comes back to Lewis. Yes, she is. Slips it in towards Francis, and Francis scores. Nine all, 7 minutes to go here, just under 7 minutes to go. Grenada, they usually start very strongly, but they were surprisingly overwhelmed by Dominica first. I think the spillover effects of that win in their last game against the Cayman Islands responsible. But now that Grenada have shaken off that early funk, they're now fighting back. It's all level here. Well, that was a dicey ball. Well collected in the end, but Dominica will come away with it. Well, just out of play. Francis is very much the leader, the emotional leader of this team. She's the one who's wagging her fingers and pulling up on her teammates when they make mistakes. Here she is collecting that between two Grenada players. There's a Dominica player with her shoes off at the moment. The right shoe flying clean off her foot. And that is the wing defense, Alicia Stevens. She gets back in the thick of things, and the first thing she does is to barge straight into Lewis, giving the ball back. A shot here for Grenada, and they go ahead. Grenada have 3 of the last 4 goals. Can they go on a run here? That's turned over to Dominica. The crowd are not happy. Given back to Dominica. Well, that's picked off. Brilliant stuff. That was a risky pass. Picked off and a turnover ball. Here come Grenada. Lewis finds Smith. There's Francis. She exchanges passes with Lewis. And now she has the chance to shoot. And she won't miss from there. 3 straight goals for Grenada. They've outscored Dominica 4-1 in the last 5 minutes. 2-goal lead for them. Grenada in defense, they emphasize physical defensive presence. Very tight marking in there, but for once it escapes them. And a bit of frustration as Grenada move forward. They've allowed Dominica to come back. It's 11-10. Fed into Phillip. And she can rescore the 2-goal lead. She can't. Collected well by George. Now Dominica come the other way. It's behind the player. Simeon just couldn't collect that. Here's Francis. Lewis has been at the heart of everything for the Grenada team. She's been very good. Oh, what a collector there by Francis, and she scores. So Grenada back out in front again. Here's Francis in towards Phillip, and that's knocked away from her with the right hand of the Dominica player Toussaint. Now Grenada could extend their lead to 3 here. Francis can score, she can. And they're 3 in front, biggest lead of the match for Grenada. And immediately Dominica make a couple of changes here. Their center goes off. Tell you what, Simeon was looking a little jaded there. They brought in a replacement for her. Another change, the wing defense. So they've tightened up the defense here. The midcourt has been refreshed. As for the Grenada team, they're also making a change. Lewis has gone into the attack now, and sportingly, which was really great to see, the 2 Dominica players, they were helping her put the tags on to indicate what position, the positional tags. It might be fierce rivalry, but there's still a lot of humanity in this game. Great to see. Here's Pierre. Pierre steps in and can cut it to 2 shots. She does. Dominica pick it off here. It's exactly what Grenada did not want. Oh, they're giving it back to Grenada very generously. Dominica have 11 goals. Their highest scoring game in 2025 was against Antigua and Barbuda when they got 22 goals. And you feel they really do need to exceed that 20-goal mark if they are to be competitive today. Through this tournament, it hasn't been a lot for them to write home about. 17 goals against St. Lucia, 15 against Barbados, and against Trinidad and Tobago, only 9. They did get 24, though, against Dominica, against Cayman Islands. Highest scoring match for them in the tournament. Highest scoring match in the last 2 seasons. And that is scored. And that sends Dominica behind by just 1. Real seesaw battle here as Dominica pick up the loose ball. That is brilliantly retrieved there by the Grenada center. Smith has now been thrust up into the goal shooting position. There we go, wide for the wing defense for the Grenada team. Wilkinson. Oh, that is great defensive work there by the Dominica goal defense. That's Aliane Toussaint stretching high to pull that one, push that one away. Lewis doesn't have the physical stature of Philip, but despite the knock to the head, Francis has had no let up at all, and her goal has given Grenada a 2-goal lead. Grenada back in front by 2. They lead 14-12 at the quarter. You're watching action in the 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT, brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Tech Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and a Fit Doc. I'm Vinny Ramphel with a commentary. We'll be back. It's halftime we'll be back in about 4 minutes. And the news is Dominica 12, Grenada 14.
Please take note of the progression and development of the TTFA safeguarding pathway in reference to safeguarding. For those interested in a level 1, it will be safeguarding license, basic safeguarding course. Level 2 will focus on club safeguarding officer, an appointed safeguarding role at a club. Those who wish to pursue level 3 will now be considered as a safeguarding officer appointed by the TTFA in a safeguarding role, and for level 4, safeguarding instructor or possibly a safeguarding player care and well-being officer, lead instructor or player care specialist. So those are the 4 levels and the expected positions that can be attained by pursuing each level.
Sportstream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sportstream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody. the lively and proud mascot of the Jean-Pierre youth. Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful and joyful, bringing people together across borders.
Welcome back to live coverage of the 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. Third quarter action just about to begin. Dominica trailing Grenada 12-14. This game was tied at 7-all after the first quarter, but Grenada went ahead with a fine battling display in the second quarter. They lead 14-12 with 9:44 to go on the clock here. Outside of some gritty defensive play, one incident to report was when Francis went down and hit her head on the ground. Well, within minutes she was back on the court. She's a real warrior for the Grenada team. Here she is, looking to get it on the end of that part. She does. But it will be Dominica's ball. Earlier today, Barbados beat St. Lucia 36-25. Barbados are now 5-0 in the competition. They are top of the table. Trinidad and Tobago now in second place. They need to beat Antigua and Barbuda to rise above Barbados in the table. TNT will take on Antigua and Barbuda later on, as I mentioned. That's the 7 o'clock game. Francis missing this time. No goals yet, and there is the first, and it is for Francis, who sends Grenada on their way and up to a 3-goal lead. Flag of Grenada flying proudly outside of the SPEC Stadium here in the University of the West Indies campus here, University of the West Indies Sport and Physical Education Center. This wonderful facility, built over a decade ago. It was built just before the 2007 World Cup. In fact, it's more than 10 years. It's actually more than 20 years. Some practice matches or warm-up matches in the 2007 ICC Cricket World Cup were played on the field outside here. The press conferences were held on what is the court right now. I would have been here for those matches and had the chance to see in the flesh Inzamam ul Haq, the great Pakistan batsman. Graham Smith also was here for a press conference. And we also saw Bob Woolmer, the Pakistan coach, just a week before he died. That was a sad note, though, for us who were here, as the team in green give up another goal to Francis. Grenada leads 16-12. Oh, that's a lovely bit of play there by Lewis, but picked off nicely there by George. Oh, that's good work by George. She was tracking the play like a bloodhound, and they were unable to get the ball anywhere close to Francis. George is the one in front of Francis, and just behind her is Alian Toussaint, and those two have kept Francis under wraps here in cotton wool. As defenders like to say, if you want to find a forward, they're in my pocket. They haven't exactly done that to Francis here. She's been quite good today again. Big part of their win over St. Lucia 2 days ago. Dominica were good in the latter stages of last year's tournament. There was a hard-fought win over Antigua and Barbuda, 22-17 on the final day. So they do have it in them. They're battling hard here, Dominica, but Grenada have a 4-goal lead now. Just 2 goals in the first 4 minutes and seconds here. Make that 3, and all of them for Grenada. Grenada up 17-12 now. Dominica are yet to score in this third period. It's been all Grenada. Dominica still in first gear here. They need to get through the gears quickly because this lead, which is up to 5 already, could really run away from them quickly. Well, the ball is gone against Dominica this time. And the Grenadians are off and running here. Francis looks for the return ball, but it is in the hands of Smith, who does feed it to Francis. Pass towards the right. This is Smith's correction. Chris looking to return the ball to Francis, but off her hands and out. Well, these are the future stars of the Caribbean here in this tournament. This tournament is the nursery. It's a primary development nursery for Caribbean netball. Today's under-16 stars are tomorrow's senior national Spice and Nature Isle representatives. Dominica, again, a turnover for them. They haven't scored in the first 6 minutes of this quarter. That's worrying. Their staff looking on. They have not been able to even get a shot on goal yet. So dominant have Grenada been. That could change here. That's a bit of a Hail Mary pass. And getting a flapper that Jacob tried to turn it towards Pierre, who hasn't had a sniff of the ball in quite a while. Pierre really has been fed on scraps in the latter part of this game. Finally, Grenada on the board. Dominica, correction. Dominica, can they get another one and cut the lead even further? It's now down to 4. They're putting more tempo into the game now. That's a rather hopeful ball. They're being forced into situations like this because the Grenada defense are cutting down the avenues and the angles for passes. And those tall defenders at the back are able to bat that away easily from the shorter Dominica forward players. Some good defense by Dominica themselves here now, and they come forward. What can Simeon, Stevens and company do here? It is in the hands of Pierre. Pierre shoots well and scores. 14 now for Dominica. Grenada, 2 minutes to go here. That's off the hands of Smith and out. Smith looked a little bit unhappy with herself after missing what was an easy ball. Just behind where the ball is right now. The Barbados team are up in the stands. Their parents and supporters have gone to meet them, and they're having a whale of a time here. They are 5-0. Last year, 5-0 was good enough for Trinidad and Tobago to win the tournament in a smaller competition, just 6 teams last year. Francis took too long, back with Dominica. 3-goal game here. Can they cut further into this lead? Trying to sweep it out towards the right, but Grenada take it over here, but illegally so. Here come Grenada, easy. The call goes up again from the bench. Methodical, slow. Don't be afraid to reset. Here's Francis. This time she misses. She's not afraid to put her body on the line, just the way she went in to collect that rebound, and scores. Grenada's 4-goal lead is restored. Well, Dominica is called the Nature Isle, known for its rugged terrain. And in many ways, their players always bring that same rugged, never-say-die attitude to the court. Despite the mistakes, they've battled hard here, Dominica. Unfortunately, they're still 4 goals adrift here of their Grenadian counterparts. It was 7-all after the first quarter. Grenada had a 2-goal lead. They have now stretched that lead to 4, and Grenada in pole position here to go on to get their 3rd win of the competition. So this is Action 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TV, brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Tech Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. Score at the end of the 3rd quarter: Dominica 14, Grenada 18.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Jean-Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful, and joyful, bringing people together across.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Jean-Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat.
The final quarter of the game between Dominica and Grenada. This is the 2nd game of the 6th day of this tournament, the Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships, beamed live here on Sportstream TT. It's brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technology Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. Grenada about to get us underway, and Francis is about to score the first goal and has given Grenada a 5-goal lead here. That last quarter between these two teams was the lowest scoring quarter of the competition. Just 6 goals scored, and it was Grenada that won that attritional battle. They got 4 out of the 6, and that's one of the reasons why they built up this lead of 5 goals. In fact, the number of goals scored in this game has dropped by each quarter. We tended to see in all the games the scoring rate up at the end, especially in the third quarter. 14 in the first, 12 in the second, and only 6 in the third. We're already a minute through, and we've just had 1 goal. An attritional battle between these two teams. Windward Islands a battle here. Grenada have another. Actually, that was correction. Dominica scoring there, and they've now cut it to 4. Well, their scoring has been their problem. How can they cut this deficit without giving up goals at the back? The problem is Francis is in such great form. If you give her even a sniff at goal, she will bury it, and just like that. And she puts it back up to 5. What a player to have on the field for you. Unflappable, dominant in her play, and she has a real warrior's mentality. Now Dominica, there's a foul there, and the Dominica team will regain possession. Can they come down, and can they cut this lead once again? Pierre was barging into the pole, which is still swaying around. And it is in. So Dominica score. The lead is now back down to 4, but the problem is as soon as Grenada get it, they go back down and score again and put the pressure back on Dominica. Dominica's defense has to come big, and they have here. Sort of a mini break for them. Can they now go up and cut another goal out of this deficit? Dominica's ball. They're being hustled and harried as Pierre comes out. Gets it into a Simeon, but that's batted away by the Grenada defense. Dominica now looking for... Oh, that's a great bit of play at the back for Grenada. Treasure Frederick rising high and knocking that one away. Well, she's been in the wars in this tournament. Has the kinesiology tape on the right knee to show for it. Yeah, she really has her hands full at the back there. Here come Grenada, a 4-goal lead, 6 minutes to go. Can they add to it? Well, she made that look quite easy. Wasn't the easiest of shots, but Lewis does well to fire that one in. Grenada back up in front by 5 with 5.5 minutes to go. Dominica officially ranked among the top 4 youth teams in the Caribbean, a testament to their recent surge. 2026 squad underwent a grueling 4-month training camp, which began in December 2025, from what I remember, focusing specifically on tactical execution and physical conditioning. Physical conditioning is there. They haven't been able to execute in the way I'm sure the coaches would have hoped for, especially in the attacking third, as Francis, as cool as ever, now hands Grenada a 6-goal lead. Francis misses again this time. And tacks on another one. The lead now going beyond the Dominica team. They are down by 7 here. And they've made another change. Is this going to work for them here? They really need to get something going with 4:22 remaining. The defense has not been able to come up with the big plays as often that they would have liked. Here's Pierre. Oh, that's given away. That's great work by George. Frederick, excuse me. Well, they get at least one of those plays right, the Dominica team. They have not scored outside of those 2 goals early. Pierre will take this one. Can she score from there? She can't. Contact. Her hand was slapped. And now when she gets the free shot, well, she just clangs it into the back of the stanchion. The pressure certainly on the Dominica team. This time she makes no mistake. Here come the Junior Spice Girls now. Looking to close things off here. Francis looking for another attempt here. Well, her face will not tell you much. She is hard. She has not smiled at all during this match. The Grenada defense picking off another errant pass from Dominica. 7-goal lead, 2 3/4 minutes to go. Grenada looking good to go up to a 3-2 record here. What a comeback from Grenada. Lost their first 2 games and now on the verge of making it 3 straight wins. Francis now playing a goal shoot, and she continues to pile on the pressure here. A lead by 8. Well, if the last period was anything to judge by, it was attritional. This one is far more open. Lewis lines it up here for Francis again. Yeah, she is on fire inside the circle for the Grenada team. Anything that comes to her, she is putting it away. And can she do that again this time? Finds Lewis. Lewis hits the front of the rim. And she also puts one in for good measure. The lead is now 10. It's expanded so quickly. And Grenada are pulling away here. And they continue to pile on the pressure on Dominica. And I think they've almost knocked the fight out of the girls from the Nature Isle. Grenada have scored the last 5 goals here. They are on a 5-0 run. And that has knocked the stuffing out of Dominica, who do get one back, but it's 45 seconds to go. Heavy clash again. This has been an attritional match all the way through. We've seen it has been well fought, clean, but very physical. Francis, as smooth as you like, steps in there like a dagger, slips into the pocket and scores. 16 seconds to go. Dominica will look for a consolation goal here. Finds its way somehow to Pierre. And Pierre looking for a better angle. And there's the final whistle. Win for Grenada. And Dominica, after their first win yesterday, they've come back down to earth, losing to Grenada 18-29. Grenada are now 3-2. Dominica are 1-4 in the competition. So victory for Grenada. They will come back tomorrow to play the Cayman Islands, while Dominica will play Antigua and Barbuda in the search for their second win. So victory for Grenada, 29-18. One more game to go, and that is Antigua and Barbuda against host nation Trinidad and Tobago. This is 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT, brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Tech Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. I'm Vidya Ramphal. Don't forget to join us for the final game at 7 p.m.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, SportsStreamTT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful and joyful, bringing people together across borders.